Hey Virgo, it's Jess here with your timeless monthly reading, and I know that's quite a mouthful, so let me just unpack that for you really quick. The timeless part comes in with my intention that this will resonate with you whenever it is that you're finding it. And the monthly part comes in because the intention is that it will last for the duration of a month. So, that being said, as we continue to do this, perhaps this resonates with you on the month that it's created, perhaps not. As we keep doing this, I will have created a body of work that you can then go back and see if what's calling you, and that will perhaps resonate. Also, don't forget that nobody is just their sun sign. You are an amalgamation of all 12 different zodiac energies. So whatever energy is forefront in your chart, so definitely you can check your sun, moon, and rising signs, and take note if it's something like you're really resonating with your moon sign this month, because that could be that you are dealing with primarily in those themes on a primarily internal basis. If you have a stellium in a certain sign, definitely be checking that sign regularly, things like that. And then that way you can kind of figure out what works for you when. So with that being said, let's jump into your reading for this month. Okay, Virgo, for this month, I definitely feel that you are trapped in some kind of nostalgia. You are remembering something about the past, maybe even reminiscing about childhood or a childhood friend, or just a person in general that you felt a very close soul tie to in the past. Someone that you felt very comforted by, very nurtured by, and somebody that even though you guys were different, there was some kind of a kinship between the two of you. Notice that this is like a child handing this, this is like an older dwarf that is kind of smaller. So each of them are big in different ways. Each of them are small in different ways. So I'm just seeing you reminiscing about this kind of very nurturing energy coming through. And I can't help but notice that this is a 6. And that is you rule the 6th house of everyday activity. So I do feel like you are thinking about this quite a lot in your everyday life. And I do feel like maybe this was a person that used to see every day. 6 is also the number of Venus, and Venus rules those one-on-one relationships. It also rules value. So this is definitely a connection that you very much value. In the past, though, with this being the Ace of Swords, I can see that maybe this was cut off. Maybe it was cut off prematurely, cut off too soon. Aces are beginnings, and a lot of times it can be some kind of insight, So you might have received some kind of insight, or this had to be cut off, like suddenly. There's just this energy. This is like kind of the opposite energy of this, actually. Maybe somebody cut off communication quite suddenly in order to start school or start a new project. Maybe you guys had to move away from each other. But in the future position, I can see you're really motivated to get back to this, because the Knight of Wands, I can't help but notice he's riding right back towards this 6 of Cups. So maybe you left to go to school or something with the Ace of Swords. You started a new beginning that required a severing of this connection, or they did. It's something I feel like quite normal, because the mountains in the background of this card represent something that's kind of obstacles that are always there, or like truths that are always there, kind of a thing, Yeah, maybe you had to move far away, and maybe you had to move over some mountains, or there's an actual physical barrier that prevents some kind of communication between the two of you. For some of you, there could have been some harsh words said, or someone came off kind of arrogant, or because I can see that this connection was just really, really gentle in the past. And someone moved off to start a new beginning, and maybe, they were gaining their voice, they were gaining knowledge, they were gaining communication. And it put a barrier between you. But you definitely are, by the end of the month, you really want to get back to this in a hurry, because nights are very masculine energy. They're doing energy. And with this being the Wands energy, I can feel that it's just a very strong soul pull back there. There might even be like a sense of urgency to it. But I feel like you guys are living, there's some distance here, and you guys are living in a separate place than one another. Both of you are probably pretty established with the Two of Pentacles coming out here. Definitely, I feel that there was a move involved of some kind of new beginning. Because this is the obstacle to this connection as well as Major Arcana, the Fool. The Fool's the beginning of a major journey. And so it's either you or this person that you're dealing with that you see as starting off this new journey, but it really hinders this relationship, and it's causing a lot of feelings like come up inside of you, because you really love this person. There's like, you really love this person. Feels like soul family, if anybody ever does, you know, and you're missing them a lot. You're missing them terribly, but you also know that there's some kind of need here for caution, for you to be careful, because maybe you don't know if this person's going to cut you out, or if they're going to have harsh words to say, or if this person has kind of deaded this relationship in order to start over, in order to start a new beginning. You feel like this person probably dropped you and left you, like they cut you out and left you in the cold in some way. Even though we don't have the Five of Pentacles here, I'm just getting that energy. And so you're really stuck in your head about what to do about this situation, because this is such a strong pull towards this person here. Yeah, but with the Two of Pentacles, your emotions, I feel like kind of go up and down, where you're like, oh, I should move towards them. Oh, no, I shouldn't move towards them. And you start to remember all of the things that you guys did. You start to have all these thoughts and opinions about it, and you can never quite find that equilibrium here. It just kind of goes around and around. But definitely the soul connection here, this infinity symbol to me is representing your soul connection of just feeling like you want to move back towards this person, but feeling like maybe right now that this person's destiny is carrying them away from you, or your destiny is carrying you away from them. Again, there's literally physical barriers here. Like, look at these cards. Like, I'm just getting that the mountains are a physical barrier, and then like the water being all crazy is a physical barrier. Nobody wants to be on that ship, am I right? So you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here, because you don't really know what to do. And your heart, like, look how this is right over his heart. Your heart is just being pulled in two different directions here. Should I cut this and move on? Should I, but this relationship obviously means a lot to you. So the tools at your disposal, this is so sweet. This is the energy of just loving someone in a really sweet way, because, I mean, it's not like, it's the Six of Cups, which is like soulmate, like feeling so comfortable bond, The tools at your disposal is beautiful. The King of Cups. The King of Cups has a lot of emotion and a lot of creativity, but he keeps quiet about it, right? And I always think that Saturn, right, the restrictor, the planet of restriction and karma, sits in the middle of the water signs. And so the King of Cups has often mastered this Saturnian energy of withdrawal, and he understands submission and what he wants to submit to, and what he wants to submit to is love. And so for you, you know that you can keep quiet and love this person at afar, because the King of Cups has mastered the Suit of Cups, in a very masculine way, which I do feel like heavily leans on that energy of Saturn. And so that way he can allow love, but he doesn't need to say it out loud, This is beautiful. This is the energy of true love between, from one of you in this connection for sure. I think both of you, honestly. This is interesting. Okay, so the way you're feeling about the situation is patient with the Seven of Pentacles. This is all about, like, you've put in a lot of hard work, and with the energy of the Seven here, again, we're bringing in the seventh house and those Libran themes of relationship. But it's like, well, what do I do now? Like, do I stay? Do I go? Do I keep investing in this? Do I not keep investing in this? And that's the question ultimately of this reading. That's weighing heavily on your mind this month, Virgo. It's weighing heavily on your mind because you don't know where this person's life is going. I feel like you're showing up in heavy, like, pentacle energy. Like, you're more rooted than this person. There could be an age difference here. There could be an age difference, a status difference. There's some kind of a difference here where you wonder if your lives are compatible. But it doesn't change the fact that you have love for this person and you recognize that this person is part of your soul tribe and that you really value what this person brings to the table, even though they're different than you. And I think you wonder if they value you too, you know, if they see your worth, and if they feel this bond and this connection too. The outside influence is fulfillment. Again, I feel like your person here, and flip these energies if you need to, you guys, but I feel like your person here is seeking their fulfillment. And again, this is what I'm saying, there could be an age difference, because you're coming off to me as more rooted and more grounded, and you are an earth sign, but you are a mutable earth sign. This is the Virgo card if I ever saw one. You know, you are an earth sign, so this person maybe is an air sign, this, you know, maybe an Aquarius coming through with the Fool energy here. I can't ever pick these cards up. Excuse me. You know, maybe this person's Mars ruled with Vedic Nakshatra in Aries, or they're more Rahu. That's kind of, because here's the thing, you have Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter ruling this Aquarius Nakshatra here with the energy of Dhanishta, Shadabhisha, and Purva. And those energies are about, first of all, Mars and Rahu, they're heavy shake-up energies. They're heavy doing energies. Rahu is insatiable. It's the North Node. It's the head without the body. So it's like not satisfied. And then Jupiter is the energy of expansion, again, coming through with like knowledge. So I feel like some of those variables are coming through for your person. That's the stage of life that they're in, if it's not their sign, where they are looking to expand and grow, and they have to go look after their goals. They want to go after their goals. And that makes their behavior very unpredictable with the Fool and with Uranus. But it's like, I'm seeing that your love is like this sun here. It's ever present, and it's unconditional. It's healing, it's joyous, and you feel like they've turned their back on you in order to go, and they're not really seeing you. You just feel like they're not really seeing you or acknowledging you. So that's the outside influence, is them finding their fulfillment. You're worried, you know, maybe even finding their fulfillment elsewhere with all this yellow solar plexus energy coming through. We have the curtain kind of hiding what it is that's fulfilling them here. Maybe you feel like they're out giving everybody else their cups except for you. Or you feel like this person's withholding their love for you. Because maybe you feel like in the past they cut you out of their life pretty coldly and you don't get it. Like you don't really understand that. Because I feel like you're just trying to offer like your cup, not only of love, but like stability and beauty here. Because this cup in the 6 of Cups is filled with like dirt and a flower. This is the most Virgo thing I've ever seen. And I am getting that you're trying to manifest them back. I'm almost picking up on that energy of Hasta. I get Hasta energy a lot in my readings. I'm a Hasta South node in Vedic, meaning like that's where I have experience. It's where like it came from. And Hasta rules the hand, and it also rules like manifestation with that Mercury energy coming through with Virgo, and building something. So you could literally want to offer them something with your hands. You can want to touch them. You can want to nurture them. Because you find them to be very valuable in your life and in the community. And even though you guys are different, and it seems like where you're big, they're small, and where they're big, you're small. And you feel that you want to work together, you want to figure out how to merge these things together, but you don't think that they want to do it. And so you're struggling to figure out how to like pull these like magnets, you know? You're trying to get them to attract instead of repel. But this person looks kind of smug, don't they? Like they have this love that they could be giving you, but they're withholding. Like maybe you feel like intentionally they're doing that. And what's interesting is you're moving from the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Cups with your hopes and fears here. And this is a very harmonious, loving connection. You really want this loving, harmonious connection. Like you're so pure here, Virgo. I mean, who's surprised? Virgo's the virgin. It's like you're being very pure of heart. Like you want to help this person. You want to love this person. Like why won't they just take your love? This could be some kind of spiritual community. I often get spiritual community energy from the 10 of Cups because to me, like, we're all a part of the human family. So yeah, there's a family here, but with 10 Cups, you know, I mean, this talks to me of like extended family and people just around you, like having common interests and bonds and things like that. And I do feel like you want this person in your legitimate space. And the rainbow is the energy of I'm sorry, right? Like when the story of Noah and God created the rainbow, you know, as a promise, like not to do that again, and to, with the 10 here, like that cycle is over and we're going to live happily ever after. You want some kind of reconciliation with this person, stability with this person. And you want like everybody to get along and to come together. Now, what's interesting here is the highest outcome of this situation is the Queen of Swords. So first of all, communication. This could be communication, keeping a level head. For sure, right? Because we have all this Cups and Pentacle energy kind of going on here. But this is no stranger to you, Virgo, because the Queen of Swords, like I always get the energy of Mercury with the swords. And I do feel like the King and Queen of Swords, it's almost like that Gemini, Taurus cusp situation, Virgo, Libra cusp situation, right? Like we're when we combine those two elements that seem to kind of balance each other out. And I think the Virgo I think of Virgo as like really strong communication sign because it is grounded and it tempers the quickness of air basically. And so this is something you're very capable of having, like, first of all, you could start this communication, Virgo. You could take charge because she's the queen. She's showing up as the queen. She's cutting out the past, right? The red string of fate, which represents past relationships and soul ties that did not serve, right? Because something happened here. So it's like you feel a soul tie with this person, but the way it was manifesting, it just didn't suit you. And so you want to transform that. There's butterflies all up and down here. The bird in the background talks about like keeping this level head. You can use diplomatic communication. You have the ability to do that. You can, like, she's got her hand held out here, but she's also ready with the sword. So it's like you could kind of brave up, maybe even callous over a little bit in order to start this communication, because the advice to get to this higher, this highest outcome is the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is learned helplessness. It's all about you're not helpless. It's that you're restraining yourself back. Like you have a lot to say. You have a lot of passion for this connection. You have a lot to say with all this red here. And you feel like you can't see the way forward. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Like you could just start this. And you could be ready to cut this person out if they're going to be rude to you. Because you can come from a place of power. I think this is also talking about the situation, you know? Again, like someone's far away from home in this situation, right? With the home in the background, and it's not like this situation can be salvaged. This situation can be transformed. You don't need to just cut it off. If there's value here, then you need to step up and start this. If you find it as valuable as showing up here in the rest of the reading, then you could initiate communication here. Just communication, mature communication with the Queen of Swords, because you could start that energy. Because both of you, I feel like, are in this Eight of Swords energy, where it's like you're feeling the distance. You're feeling like you're far away. Like I feel like maybe some time has passed for some of you guys, where both of you are feeling like far away from this. From home, from where you guys connected. But I feel like you both want to go back to it. But you're both being cautious. You both have your armor on. You're both ready to leave, you know, at a moment's notice. And so if there is an age difference, if there is a status difference, if there is a maturity level difference, I feel like you are the more mature one, Virgo. And I think this is what this is calling out to you, is like, you can move forward. You can open the lines of communication or not, but the decision is yours with the Queen of Swords. Again, with that Libra energy, that decision is yours, and you need to make a head over heart decision, right? Where you can take stock of like how much you value the situation, and if you're moving forward, and maybe if this person is being a little cold and distant and maybe they feel helpless too, those kinds of things. So that is what I have for you. I hope that resonates. And honestly, the majority of this reading is like super, super sweet. So I don't want to like get you down, Virgo, but like this is actually, I feel like you put a lot of value in this, and then it's probably worth reaching out. So, yeah. Okay, that's what I have for you. If that resonated, please, I think I'm putting this on my Patreon. So I was going to say like, comment, and subscribe. You know, please keep supporting me. Thank you for your support, and good luck this month. Bye.